everyone, it's Josh and Amy from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com, and today we are talking about 15 things to do in Siskiyou County.
Siskiyou County is located in Northern California from the town of Dunsmuir all the way up to the Oregon border, and there's a ton of places to explore up there. Here's 15 of our favorites. Recommendation number 1 is Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is one of the most popular attractions in Siskiyou County, and it's one of the tallest mountains in the state of California. If you're an advanced mountaineer, you can climb it, but it is very difficult, so for most people, they'll just view it from afar. There's lots of great places to view this mountain when you're in the area, especially if the weather's clear. Some of my favorites are along Highway 97, which has a cool road leading to the mountain type shot, or from Lake Siskiyou, which we're going to talk about later, and you can get some of those cool reflection shots of the mountain. But pretty much anywhere around the Mount Shasta area, you can see the mountain really well.
Number 2 is Lava Beds National Monument. Lava Beds National Monument is a collection of over 800 lava tubes, over 20 of which you can explore yourself. It's a large park and each cave is unique. Here are a few of my favorites. Skull Cave has a really huge opening in it, which is really fun for pictures, and as you go in deeper, it gets really dark. My second favorite is Golden Dome, which has some really unique yellow tones throughout the ceiling. My third favorite is Sunshine Cave, which has a few cave-ins that let the sun in, and it's a really cool place to explore. These are just a few of the caves that you can check out in the park.
Recommendation number 3 is Hedge Creek Falls. Hedge Creek Falls is located in the town of Dunsmuir, and it's a really short 5-minute hike to get to an awesome waterfall. It's one of the few waterfalls that you can walk down to and actually walk behind it to go to the other side of the falls itself. Plus, it's a great place for photography, and it's not even usually that busy.
Stop number 4 is the Railroad Park Resort. This hotel has a collection of rail cars that you actually can stay the night in. Each car has some unique features such as clawfoot tubs and even little places that you can climb up into and look out from your car. There's even a pool, an old steam engine that you can climb up in, and a rail car that you can even have a meal in. All of this is located in the shadow of the awesome Castle Crags.
Recommendation number 5 is McCloud Falls. McCloud Falls is a collection of 3 different waterfalls south of Mount Shasta in the town of McCloud. You can drive to all 3 tiers of the waterfall, or you can do a 2 to 3 mile hike to get to each one. Each falls is unique, with lower falls being one of the easiest to access, and you're actually right near the waterfall when you get out of your car. Middle falls, you have to walk to an overlook and you look way down on the waterfall, or you can hike down to it if you have the time. And then upper falls, which is another short walk to an impressive waterfall that's in between 2 big rock formations. Whether you're gonna hike it or drive it, it's an awesome place to explore in Siskiyou County.
Stop number 6 is to have a meal at Yaks on the 5. This restaurant is one of the most popular stops on Highway 5 and has even been on Yelp's top 100 list. They have a wide collection of crazy and unique hamburgers, such as one of them that has 2 sticky buns instead of the traditional hamburger buns. They make a lot of their sauces in-house, including a lavender ketchup, which was delicious, and they also have an extensive beer list to go with your burger.
Stop number 7 is in the historic town of Yreka. Yreka is one of the largest towns in Siskiyou County, and it has a lot of historic Gold Rush era buildings and businesses. One of my favorite stops there is Zephyr Books and Coffee, which is a fun coffee shop right on the main downtown street. There's also some great restaurants, an old barber shop, an old hotel, antique stores, lots of fun things to walk around and see. Then when you exit the town, be sure to stop at the Yreka Dragon, which is located about 4 miles up on Highway 5, right on the side of the road. There's a little pull-out there and you can walk out and take some pictures of it. It's a popular roadside attraction in the Yreka area.
Stop number 8 is Mount Shasta Fish Hatchery. The hatchery opened in 1888 and is the oldest trout fish hatchery west of the Mississippi. The hatchery is open to the public. You can even grab some fish food, feed the fish, walk around. It's a great place to spend about 30 minutes, especially if you have children, because the fish are super excited to eat the food.
Recommendation number 9 is the Living Memorial Sculpture Garden on Highway 97. This garden, located about 12 miles east of the town of Weed, is dedicated to all veterans who have served in any of our country's wars. The sculptures were created to honor everyone from the nurses that served during the wars, to the POWs, to those that were missing in action. One of my favorite sculptures is called Coming Home, and it shows the embrace of two people celebrating being reunited after a war. It's a great area to spend 30 to 45 minutes just looking around at all the really detailed sculptures.
Stop number 10 is Denny Bar Co. Distillery in the town of Etna. This restaurant is located about 45 minutes off the highway in the small town of Etna. It's a cool, modern restaurant that you would not expect to find in such a small town. It has an eclectic menu with fun options such as pizza and some of the best avocado toast I have ever had. Often on the weekends, you can take a tour of their distillery and try their gin and vodka. All of this is located in a 100-year-old bank building that has been really well preserved. It is easily worth the 45-minute drive off the freeway to get there.
Stop number 11 is Lake Siskiyou. Lake Siskiyou is a large body of water on the west side of Mount Shasta that's a popular summer destination, but that's great year-round for photography. They have a trail that goes around the entire lake, and I love just pulling off and walking along the shores, trying to capture great views of Mount Shasta reflecting in the water. And during the summer, you can also get out on the water and do some kayaking. It's a great spot to have so close to the town of Mount Shasta.
Stop number 12 is Faery Falls. Faery Falls is a 1.5-mile round-trip hike to a beautiful 40-foot waterfall. Along the hike, you'll pass by ruins of an old health resort, and you follow the creek pretty much the entire time. As you get closer to the falls, you'll see a short spurt that'll take you down to the base of the waterfall to take some great pictures. It's a great hike in Siskiyou County, but make sure you get directions online to the trailhead, as it can be kind of hard to find.
Stop number 13 is the Tulelake Segregation Center and Camp Tulelake. The Tulelake Segregation Center is located about 2 hours from the town of Mount Shasta, so it's way in the northern part of California. This area is run by the National Park Service, and much like Manzanar on Highway 395, it focuses on the relocation of Japanese Americans during World War II. This sad part of California's history once housed over 18,000 people, and you can take a tour and see the Segregation Center and Camp Tulelake during the summer. On the tour, they'll take you through the old jail, which is one of the only remaining buildings at the Segregation Center, and then you drive about 8 miles across town to Camp Tulelake, which has a lot of old buildings and some plaques with information on the area that you could still walk around and see. There's a ton more information about this spot online, and we learned a lot during the 2 to 3 hour tour that we took.
Stop number 14 is the Sacramento River Headwaters. This pretty little spring ends up being the largest river in California, stretching over 400 miles south all the way to the San Joaquin Delta. Some people believe that this water has healing properties, but I wouldn't recommend drinking from it. It's just fun to see where this massive river starts from.
Our last recommendation is Pluto's Cave. Pluto's Cave is about 12 miles outside the town of Weed, California, and if you can't make it all the way up to Lava Tubes National Monument, this is a great way to get some cave exploring in the county. Be sure to get directions online, as it can be a little bit hard to figure out where to turn to get to the start of the Pluto's Cave hike. Once you do the short half-mile hike to get to the entrance of the cave, you can walk down into it, go through multiple sections, and see an awesome cave-in that lets the light in, and it's great for photography. There's multiple tiers to explore in this cave, so be sure you grab a flashlight and that you're okay with being in the dark. So that's it, our 15 spots to explore in Siskiyou County. Let us know what we left off in the comments, and go to CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com for more. We'll see you guys next week.